Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Sunday TJ Maxx video. So I have a TJ Maxx testing TJ Maxx makeup video for you guys. You will absolutely love these. I'm kind of running out of TJ Maxx content, so I might have to start doing these every Sunday instead. So let me know if that is something you'd be interested in. Although I am getting low on some certain items, because like I tend to buy a lot of highlighters, like cheek products and lip products at TJ Maxx. I don't have a lot of like foundations, concealers, and mascaras, stuff like that, brow products. So I don't know if the videos will be a little bit short, or if you guys still want to see the other stuff I'm using that's not from TJ Maxx. Let me know, because yeah, soon if I do keep doing these every Sunday, I might run out of like foundations and complexion stuff. So let me know if that's okay. I do have quite a few things to test out today, and I think it would be nice to do these every Sunday again, just because I have so much stuff I haven't tried. Like some stuff has been sitting in these drawers for like months, because I usually just like to do a first impression with them. So this will kind of be nice for me to use these things. So I hope that you guys will like it. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and put this makeup on. Alright, so I'm just going to put my hair behind my ears for now and do that. Let's go in with some face primer first. I'm going to be using this one from Too Faced. It's the Do You Fresh Glow Luminous Face Primer, which we saw at the stores. I have the lightest shade, Radiant Pearl. So I have not used this yet. Hopefully it will work good as a primer. We'll see. Okay, so that's kind of how it looks. It does have like a pink shift to it, kind of like how that powder did that we tried. So we're just gonna put this all over. It does smell really good, and it doesn't feel greasy at all. It sinks right into the skin. It almost feels like a gel almost. So here is how it is looking. It does give a slight luminous effect, but nothing that is too crazy in my opinion. So going along with that, I'm going to also use the Too Faced Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. I have tried this in the past, and it was okay. I'm not like obsessed with it. So technically this isn't like a first impressions, but I do want to put this on. I did get this one at the stores. The description says long wearing, dewy finish, hydrating, and brightening. So let's see. I'm going to use a brush, and we will do like almost 2 pumps of product, because I do like more coverage. So actually blending it out, it's really not too bad. I'm actually in between, I self-tanned like 2 days ago, so I'm like in between shades right now. And it's actually blending, which is good. This does have a scent to it as well, which I don't know, some reason my skin just feels a little bit irritated today. I don't know if it's the scent, or like I feel like it got irritated with the primer at first, so I don't know what's up. Okay, so that looks really nice, honestly. I'm going to definitely do a wear test, I think, with this and see how it wears throughout the day, but it gives a really nice finish in my opinion. It's very natural looking, a medium kind of coverage with a little bit of luminosity to it. So that is foundation. Let's go ahead and jump over to the eyes. So for eyes, I really need to test this out. I bought this a few months ago from TJ Maxx. It's the Stila Eyes of the Window Soul Palette, and I really need to use this because I saw the batch code on it. It's made in 2017. It should be okay because I just opened it. It has a 24-month shelf life, so usually with eyeshadows it's okay, but it is a little bit older than what I like to purchase at the stores. But I remember everybody used to absolutely rave about this palette back in the day, like old YouTube days. I don't know if it'll still be as good. I'm sure there's a lot better eyeshadow formulas out there today, but this used to be it. Like kitten eyeshadow, everyone was obsessed with, and this palette has kitten, and for some reason I never tried these. So we're gonna do this. So we'll do like a neutral look, going in with this cream shade, of course, to set my eye primer. Just putting that all over. I do this with pretty much everything. I don't know, I feel like it makes a difference for blending shadows, maybe not, but it just kind of gets rid of that sticky tackiness. Alright, next we are gonna go, let's do like maybe something more cool toned. I'm gonna take this shade Heart, which is a cool brown, and place this in the crease. Okay, so I'm kind of having to build that one up a few times just to get the pigment. It was pretty light. Next, I'm going to go into this dark brown called, I believe it's called Being, and put this in the outer corner. That looks pretty good. I'm just kind of blending that in a bit. It's a little bit patchy and skippy right here, as you guys can see, so I won't say it's like the most blendable dark brown, but I always feel like dark browns are always hard. I'm going to blend some of that lighter shade in with it. Let's see if that'll help. But I think I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it at that, but I'm not super impressed with that shade. So then for the lid, I feel like I have to use Kitten. So this is Kitten right here. I'm gonna place that all over the lid. Kitten is still it. Like, wow, that's really pretty. I feel like I need something a little bit darker in the middle, so I'm just gonna actually focus this in the inner part. But yeah, that shade is still very gorgeous. Okay, so in the middle, I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit with this, which is the shade Vitality, I believe. Sorry, the shades are like flipped on the back, so they don't exactly match up exactly. So I'm going to just focus this in the center, which is just a little bit deeper than a Kitten. And then blend that together. So I do want to smudge the shade on my lower lash line. This is Character, and it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and smudge this along there, and then we'll clean it up with some concealer. Alright, so I am going to put on some concealer here. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. Of course, this is already one that I had. I did not get this at TJ Maxx. I don't find, like, I don't know. I just don't really end up finding that many concealers there. Okay, so I'm just going to put this a little bit underneath the eyes, and we will blend that out. Clean up the shadow. Alright, so I just kind of fast forwarded that next clip doing the rest of my stuff. I did my brows, my mascara, stuff like that. I did want to say, now that the foundation is settling a bit, it's looking a bit dry, which is weird because it has like a slight sheen, but it just looks dry, like it's already settling into all of my fine lines, which is very unusual since I have oily skin. So, I don't know, being a dewy foundation, it's looking a little dry, a little cakey, in my opinion. Let me focus on here so you guys can see a bit. But yeah, usually my lines don't look kind of this dramatic, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my cheeks. So I have this little NARS palette. I know this is something that you guys can't really get anymore, but I did find this towards the end of last year. This is the Orgasm Infatuation cheek palette from NARS. This was such a cool find because it has 3 different shades: bronzer, blush, highlight in Laguna, Orgasm, and then there's a Orgasm highlighting blush powder, which I don't know if they normally have that or if that's limited edition, but the packaging on this is so cute. So we're going to do this for the full cheeks today. Alright, I'm going to use a smaller brush since this pan's a little bit small and go into that Laguna. I've been trying to bronze up a little bit higher on my face because I've always been told, I don't know, I even went to school and this is always what they said, or maybe I've seen it on YouTube, I don't know which, but they said that you should start your contour like where your ear is and go, but that's not really where my cheekbones are. So what I've been doing is actually finding my cheekbones, which are up here a little bit higher, and doing that, and it looks a lot better in my opinion. This one might not be as pigmented as my original Laguna, which is interesting. feel like this one's very subtle looking. It's definitely not the same formula in my opinion as my other one. Alright, so next we're going to go in with the blush in the middle. And then we'll finish off with the highlighter here. The highlight is beautiful. It does have that little bit of peachy sheen, but super, super intense. So we are almost done. I just did some powder all over to kind of mattify everything down. For lips, I'm going to use this Lime Crime Velvet in the shade Faded. This one's kind of a fun, cool tone mauve pink, so I think this would be perfect with the look. And that is going to complete this TJ Maxx makeup look. Overall, the look came out really nice. I think everything looks pretty good together. There's definitely some iffy things going on with some of the products that I'm not so sure about. Like, I feel like the primer, it was good, but I don't know if it really did too much, you know? Like, is it really necessary? I felt like maybe it added a little bit of luminosity. I did like how it felt on my face, but we'll have to see if it does make our makeup last longer at all. The foundation, like I said, it's not bad, but I do feel like it's more on the dry side, which is fine for me, but I don't want it to look like you could see all my wrinkles and stuff. So I'm going to see how it wears throughout the day. Maybe it'll kind of mix with my natural oils and maybe it'll look better. I don't know. It's not too bad right now. As far as the eyeshadow palette, it came out with a really pretty look and it's a nice cool tone neutral palette. But if I'm being completely honest, this is probably something that I personally would declutter from my collection because I feel like it's a little outdated. It's really nice and I feel like it was great for its time, but I have so many more neutral palettes that perform a lot better, and I'm very picky about keeping certain things. I don't like to keep too much because I have so much makeup. So for that reason, it's probably something I would end up putting in my like declutter video. I just don't think I'll get a lot of use out of it, even though it did come up with a pretty look. It just seems a little outdated. There's definitely better formulas, but it's not like a bad product by any means, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I try to be real and logical with my makeup purchases and my recommendations for you guys, and I don't really think that that palette's a must-have. For the NARS palette, I do like it. I think I will keep it in my collection and still use it, but it definitely feels like a different kind of formula than their regular stuff, which could be true because it was like a holiday collection. Sometimes holiday stuff isn't up to par as their normal stuff. It just feels different, but I don't think it looks bad by any means, so I would still hold on to it because it's kind of nice to have an all-in-one blush, bronzer, and highlight. But the shades definitely didn't feel as pigmented and as kind of soft as the other shades I've tried from NARS. The highlight is so pretty though. That's probably my favorite in that palette. I feel like it's really hard to mess up a highlighter for me, but that one's okay. And then let's see, the lips. This color is really pretty, the Lime Crime. I do like this formula, but just keep in mind they are pretty drying, and I feel like, I don't know, I guess it kind of matches, but I thought it would be a lot more cool toned just basing off the product, but I guess it's because it has that milky kind of packaging or cloudy packaging, I don't know. But that's kind of my opinions. I think that was everything. I'm going to go ahead and leave this on for a little bit longer so I could show you guys how it is wearing. But I noticed with these TJ Maxx testing videos, I just have very mixed opinions on products, and it's kind of nice that I could tell you guys what is worth it and what is not, because to be honest, I do find a lot of misses, and maybe I'll have to do a video about stuff I didn't think was worth it. But just always remember, like, just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's like good, you know? And maybe you'll have other stuff in your collection that performs even better or something similar. I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright guys, lighting has changed. It's nighttime now, and I wanted to show you guys how the makeup held up with the TJ Maxx products I tried today. So I know I was kind of dissing on the foundation a bit, but honestly it's really not not too shabby. My oils definitely are peeking through, but I think it kind of helped with the foundation. It was just looking really dry at first, so maybe if you guys have dry skin, you probably would not like the Too Faced Dew You, surprisingly, since it's supposed to be dewy, but I don't think it was that dewy. My bronzer, blush, and my highlighter is still on, looking nice. The lip color has actually stayed on pretty much this whole time, which is crazy. Like I said, it was very drying, but literally the color is still there. So I do think those are pretty good if you want something that's going to last. The eyeshadow, my eye here is tearing in the corners. My eye like tears up and my shadow creases really bad when that happens. I don't know why I was tearing. The eyeshadow palette, I don't know, it's just kind of a disappointment for me. I feel like the colors are fading a little bit. So I'm just not too impressed with that. Overall, the only things I'm not really too into is the eyeshadow palette from Stila and the Too Faced primer, just because I don't know, I felt like that irritated my skin a bit. But that's pretty much my thoughts on these TJ Maxx products. Let me know if you do want to see these on Sundays until we can go to the stores again, and let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.